welcome back to my YouTube channel. And again, we have another reaction video for this. And we're gonna be reacting to one of Jimmer Range's video. I'm gonna put the video and the link in the description. And this video is the best NBA player from every state. And I think that's gonna be pretty interesting because it's literally all the 50 states, and there could be some players like that, like there could be like some states that have no players. I don't really know that much about like NBA players in different states. So yeah, this will be interesting. I know Ohio has Steph Curry and LeBron. I know mostly about California. Paul George, James Harden, Russell Westbrook, Kawhi Leonard. For, no, yeah, I don't really know too much about California. Anyways, let's start the video. I know you guys want me to start the video, so let's go.
NBA players come from all over the globe in all walks of life. In this video, I want to look at the best player from every state in the United States.
Keep in mind, there's going to be a little ad here, so you can just skip
Let's try to get 32 likes on
video
today's video,
like
and let's hop into it. Now this video is going to leave out a lot of the NBA's best due to the fact that the NBA has a lot of foreign talent, including guys like Giannis Antetokounmpo, Luka Doncic, and due to the circumstances, because we're going based on birthplace, Kyrie Irving. While doing this video, I also found it very interesting just how many and few NBA players that certain states have produced. But with all that said, we're going to start this off with Alabama. Alabama really comes down to Eric Bledsoe or DeMarcus Cousins.
Eric Bledsoe
if Cousins was able to stay
better,
healthy, this decision would be very, very easy in my opinion. But with that not being the case, I'm going with Eric Bledsoe, who this season has averaged 15 points and 5 assists a game. Then we've got Alaska, and surprise, surprise, they don't have any active players. They have produced some in the past, such as Mario Chalmers and Carlos Boozer, but no active players right now. Arizona is going to be between Kevin Knox, Matisse Thybulle, and Marvin Bagley. While Bagley has struggled to stay healthy, he's still been pretty solid at this point, averaging 14 points and 8 rebounds, so I'm going with him. Then we've got Arkansas, and that's going to come down to Mike Conley or Bobby Portis. Well, Mike Conley has really been disappointing this season. I still think it's him. He's averaged 14 points.
It's no surprise my luscious
okay,
big
you
hair always
could
looks
skip
like
this
this.
one.
Except for the time it didn't, but does now.
And 4 assists, but he has only shot 41% from the field. Then we've got California, who have produced by far the most amount of NBA players, and it's really not even close. As far as their active players, you've got Drew Holiday, Damian Lillard, James Harden, Russell Westbrook, Klay Thompson, Kawhi Leonard, Kevin Love, and Paul George, just to name a few. While California is the most populated state in that country, I was still surprised just how many high-level players they have. In terms of their best player, I think it's between James Harden and Kawhi Leonard, and this one's pretty clear. It's going to be Kawhi, who in the eyes of some is the best player in the world. The best player from Colorado is clearly Derek White, and there really isn't much competition. Derek White has quickly grown into a very solid role player for the Spurs, now averaging 10 points and 3 assists a game on pretty solid efficiency. For Connecticut, there's only 2 active players, Chris Dunn and Celtics rookie Tremont Waters. Dunn hasn't really lived up to the expectations he had coming into the league. As of now, he's clearly the best Connecticut active player. For Delaware, it's between former #1 point guard in high school, Trayvon Duval, or former national championship hero, Dante DiVincenzo. And this one's pretty easy. Duval's been one of the biggest recent disappointments, while DiVincenzo has really become a great role player on the best team in the league record-wise. I was pretty surprised that Florida hasn't produced much high-level talent in recent years. Some of their best products right now include Trevor Ariza, Mitchell Robinson, and Fernie Simons and Jordan Clarkson. This one is definitely subject to change with the potential that both Robinson and Simons are showing, but based on the state of these players' games right now, I've got to go with Clarkson. Georgia has some pretty solid guys with Dwight Howard, Colin Sexton, Malcolm Brogdon, Jaylen Brown, and Malik Beasley, and this one is actually really close in my opinion. I think it's between Brogdon and Brown, and while I think Brogdon is a great player,
Jaylen Brown is a better
step back
player.
As a shooter this year, and with a real
he's a
breakout
borderline
season from
all-star.
Brown, I think I'm going to go with him for now. Then we have Hawaii, and shocker, they don't have any active players in the league. In fact, they've only produced 2 players in the history of the league, and I actually found that even kind of surprising. Then there's Idaho, who's only ever produced 5 players, with the most recent being Luke Ridnour, who played up until 2015.
Really?
Next up is Illinois, with Chicago being one of the top basketball cities in the country. It shouldn't be too much of a surprise that Illinois has a decent amount of current NBA talent, such as Robert Covington, Fred VanVleet, Derrick Rose, and Kendrick Nunn. But the clear top player is Anthony Davis, who's poised for an exciting end to the season. Indiana has a decent amount of players such as Darius Garland, George Hill, Gary Harris, and Eric Gordon. But I think the top player is none other than Gordon Hayward. If I was doing this video before this season, I don't think my pick would be Hayward. But given he's returned close to his former self, I'm going to go ahead and give it to him. There's no competition for the Kings Harrison Barnes for the best player currently out of Iowa. While Kansas has one of the top collegiate programs in the country, it doesn't produce many great players. It's either Willie Cauley-Stein or Semi Ojeleye, and it really doesn't matter, but I guess I'll go with Cauley-Stein. Kentucky is another state with one of the best college programs, but has very few players from there. It's either going to be rookie P.J. Washington, who's had a great season this year, or recently traded D'Angelo Russell. This one's pretty obvious. D'Angelo Russell, who is one of the best young guards in the league right now. For Louisiana, they've got 17 players to choose from, but it really comes down to Kelly Oubre, De'Aaron Fox, or Paul Millsap. While this one is actually very close, I'm going to give it to the speedster Fox.
He's one of my
only
favorite
produced 2 players throughout the entire existence of the NBA, but surprisingly, one of those 2 players is one of the biggest surprises of the season, Duncan Robinson, who has proven to be really one of the best three-point shooters we've ever seen, shooting 45% from 3 on over 8 attempts a night. Next up is Maryland, who has guys like Rudy Gay, Markelle Fultz, Josh Hart, and Will Barton, but this one's definitely Victor Oladipo, despite the fact that he is fresh off injury. Massachusetts has players such as Pat Connaughton, Darius Bazley, and former Rookie of the Year Michael Carter-Williams, but I actually think this one is Bruce Brown, who has really proven himself to be a solid guard for the Pistons so far this year. Draymond Green, Monte Morris, Miles Bridges, Kyle Kuzma, all these players have one thing in common. They're from the state of Michigan, but none of them are the best player from Michigan currently in the league. That title is in the hands of Devin Booker, one of the top young scorers who this season has averaged 26 points and 7 assists a game. For Minnesota, it's either Mike Muscala or Tyus Jones. While Jones might have been pretty overpaid this summer, he's still been a very solid piece for this Grizzlies rotation and is easily the best current player from that state. There's 5 players from the state of Mississippi in the NBA right now, and if healthy, I think the best player is definitely Rodney Hood, but with him going down with injury, I'm going to give it to Raptors rookie Terrence Davis, who's been a great piece for them, playing atop the conference, averaging 8 points as a 40% three-point shooter. For Missouri, you've got Michael Porter Jr., Otto Porter, Landry Shamet, but I think it's between Bradley Beal and Jason Tatum. This one is a lot closer in my eyes than I think in most, considering what Tatum has been as a defender so far this year. But for now, and I really mean just for now, it's going to be Beal. Next up is Montana, who has a big fat 0 players currently in the league. There's only 1 player in the league from Nebraska, and that's Pistons second-year guard Kyrie Thomas. There's only 2 active players from Nevada, Zach Collins and Troy Brown Jr. Both solid young players, and if we got to see more of Collins this season, I think I would go with him. But for now, I'm going to go with Brown, who's averaged 10 points and 5 rebounds. New Hampshire has only produced 1 NBA player ever who's no longer in the league. New Jersey has 14 players, but it's between 3 really solid young bigs, Bam Adebayo, Karl Anthony Towns, and Jaren Jackson Jr. All great players that I'm excited to see grow, but as of right now, it's got to be Karl Anthony Towns. New Mexico only has 1 player, with that being Andre Roberson, who we haven't seen play since 2018 due to injury. Then we've got New York, another state with a massive amount of players. They've got guys like Carmelo Anthony, Andre Drummond, Donovan Mitchell, Kemba Walker, Tobias Harris, just to name a few. This one, I really think it's going to come down to Donovan Mitchell or Kemba Walker. It's decently close, but at this point in their respective careers, currently, I'm going to go with Walker, who this season has averaged 21 points and 5 assists a game. North Carolina is one of the top basketball states in the country, considering its population, college programs, and number of high-level players it's produced, such as Chris Paul, John Wall, and Zion Williamson. I think this one is subject to change literally in just a year's time, with John Wall coming back from injury and Zion currently being just a rookie, but right now it is Chris Paul. North Dakota has only ever produced 6 NBA players, 2 of which are still in the league, Tyler Johnson and Doug McDermott. Tyler Johnson is one of the most overplayed players we've ever seen and has really struggled this year, while McDermott has become an extremely solid rotational piece on Indiana, averaging 10 points, shooting 45% from 3, so it's clearly him. Ohio is one of the best due to the fact that they've got both Steph Curry and LeBron James, and as great as Curry is, we know who the best Ohio-born player of all time is. Oklahoma's got some solid players such as Shake Milton and Josh Richardson, but the best player is by far Blake Griffin. For Oregon, it's either Terrence Ross or Domantas Sabonis, so that makes it pretty obvious. Sabonis, now in his 4th season, is already averaging 19 points and 12 rebounds a game. Then we've got Pennsylvania, and there's actually a surprising amount of players, but not many high-level guys. This one is definitely Kyle Lowry, with the closest competition probably being Marcus Morris. Rhode Island has had 10 players make it to the pros, but none recently. For South Carolina, my home state, it's either Chris Middleton or projected Rookie of the Year, Ja Morant. While Ja Morant could be the best South Carolinian in the near future, for now, it's Giannis' right-hand man, Middleton, who's averaged 21 points and 4 assists on amazing efficiency, shooting 50% from the field and 42% from 3. South Dakota has no one. Tennessee has 8 active players, with the best either being Lou Williams or J.J. Redick. J.J. Redick, one of the best shooters we've ever seen, but with Lou Williams just being a much more well-rounded player at this point, averaging 19 points and 6 rebounds off the bench. I'm going with him. Texas has 29 players currently, but the title for the best is between Jimmy Butler, LaMarcus Aldridge, and Trae Young. While Trae Young at least has a case to hold the title in the very near future, Jimmy Butler's two-way impact makes him the top guy right now. For Utah, it's going to be John Collins, and there really isn't much competition. Virginia has 11 players, but not too much to get excited about, with their best probably being Jeremy Lamb. Washington has guys like Zach LaVine, Kevin Porter Jr., Jamal Crawford, and Avery Bradley. I think in the state of all these players' games right now, it's definitely Zach, who's averaged 26 points and 4 assists a game. West Virginia is surprisingly had 28 players make it the league, but no active players. For Wisconsin, it's between Tyler Hero and Kevon Looney, and with what Hero has showed as just a rookie, that one is pretty easy. For Wyoming, there's only one player, and that's James Johnson. But that's the video, guys. You guys tell me your thoughts in the comments below. Who's the best player from your state? Which ones did I get wrong? But if you liked the video, make sure you like and subscribe. And the shoutouts are gonna be Michael, Jake, William, Evan, Dean, and Bennett. If you guys want to shout out the next video, all you have to do is like the video and comment liked or red notification squad, and I'll shout 5 you guys out. With all being said, hope you guys have a great day, and peace.
Peace out, guys. This is like a pretty good video. Please watch this channel, actually. I think it's a pretty good video.